This is the morning of the 7th of December. I want you to take a look at the photograph in this link, and you see why I call him cross-eyed Cash Patel. I mean, you can't even look at his eyes because one looks like it's parked in his nose. Cash Patel fires leader over attention to his FBI jet date. Trump's FBI director throws a massive tantrum in sudden firing after jet scandal surges. Let's have a listen to this. Please, for 6 minutes and 26 seconds.
FBI Director Cash Patel is under fire for using a government plane to go visit his long-distance girlfriend. And now somebody just lost their job at the FBI over it. Stephen Palmer, who had been with the FBI for 27 years, was fired on Friday after Patel was reportedly furious that flight logs for his travel were publicly available. Palmer's position included supervising the FBI's aviation units, but Patel's flight schedule was readily traceable through online tracking services, and he reposted photos of himself with Wilkins, who's his girlfriend, we'll get into that momentarily, at the event on his personal X account. Palmer was told he needed to immediately resign or be fired, which the individuals said was at least partially connected to Patel's fury over the negative media cycle on his personal travel. So what was the trip in question? Patel used an FBI plane and arrived in State College, Pennsylvania, where his girlfriend, country music artist Alexis Wilkins, sang the national anthem at a wrestling match, said the individuals who spoke anonymously out of fear of retaliation. In response, this part is great, Patel issued a defensive statement on X. "Let me be clear. We will not be distracted by baseless rumors or the noise from uninformed internet anarchists and the fake news. I've always said, criticize me all you want, but going after the people doing great work, my personal life, or those around me is a total disgrace. The disgustingly baseless attacks against Alexis, a true patriot and the woman I'm proud to call my partner in life, are beyond pathetic. She is a rock-solid conservative and a country music sensation who has done more for this nation than most will in 10 lifetimes. I'm so blessed she's in my life." Now, we'll get into that part in a second, but it's even more rich for Patel to be doing this, again, during a shutdown, when he attacked former FBI Director Christopher Wray for using a government plane for personal reasons. This from 2023 on Truth Social. Government gangster Chris Wray lying to Congress and jetting off on our taxpayer dollars while dodging accountability for the implosion of the FBI on his watch. And as for his girlfriend's career, now I don't listen to country music. I've got taste. But so as for her ability, maybe. But one thing I do feel confident in saying, JR, is 6,321, don't want to overcount, monthly listeners isn't exactly in country music sensation territory. What do you
my
think?
God, I was gonna look it up when you mentioned the sensation part. I was like, oh yeah, I want to see how much Alexis Wilkins has, because she's a sensation. They don't. I know I've said it a million times. They just don't care. I mean, there's the layers of irony and like hypocrisy on top of everything that these guys do. But Alexis Wilkins has done more in her lifetime, in 10 lifetimes of anyone else. Talk about being pompous. You're going to tell everyone else, after you just got busted for doing exactly what it is that you said a government gangster before was doing. Now that your defense is, how dare you come at my pop star sensation girlfriend? Are you guys Christians? Are you guys practicing what Christianity should be? Aren't you guys married yet? Are you doing all this for just a girlfriend? There's so many violations of the things that they say everyone else should be dealing with and actually following. It's off the charts, and people get fired for someone else being able to discover your jet-setting ways. It's so maddening the way these guys act and operate. And then, they're moving to bunkers and all that stuff too. They're breaking every rule possible, setting themselves up to try and be fortified from the response and the consequences that are definitely coming their way. Man, I can't stand these guys, and I've tried 4 times to make sure I don't cuss. Jordan, you should talk again.
Well, thank you for holding your tongue. It is ridiculous, right? To go after Ray for using a government jet for a vacation with his family. Maybe it's questionable, but using a jet, not because he went to State College, PA, to watch her sing the national anthem at a wrestling event, and then took it to Nashville, where she lives. So it wasn't just like, oh, I'm flying out for the weekend. It's, I'm going to bounce around a couple of different places on the government's dime for a couple dates. That's much more questionable, I think. Now, Patel, the guy is ridiculous. This has been one of many people who have been fired for, I think, pretty flimsy reasons. Of course, we saw the story and the reporting of the person who had a pride flag on their desk and was fired. This guy just got fired because the data, the publicly available flight data, was publicly available. And since then, they've taken steps to hide and conceal those flight logs, but that's still attainable, and people have been tracking his jet usage. So I think we'll see more of this to come, because it doesn't seem like he's going to stop using it to go see his girlfriend. He's just going to try to hide that information from the public. How's that for
the most transparent? Yeah, the most transparent administration in history. Also, remember they were complaining about potentially, the SNAP benefits, or even like helping students with loans, delinquent loans, and all that stuff. Pulled their hair out. Where's the outrage over this guy stealing your money for his dates? I just want to make sure we understand what it is that we were crazed and mad about versus what is they expect you to accept.
How much you want to bet that if this cross-eyed FBI director gets fired, his life partner, as he termed her, will dump him like a hot tamale? How much you want to bet? As soon as he gets fired, she's going to ditch that cross-eyed freak. I'll attach the link. Let me know what you think. You sure as hell know what I think, don't you?